Living a life without risk is like reading the first page of a book and never turning the page to see what happens next. It's safe, it's comfortable, but it's also incredibly limiting, because when you choose the safety of the known, you choose to stay in the shallow end, where nothing ever really challenges you, nothing ever forces you to grow, but the deep waters, the places where the real transformation happens. Those are the places that come with risk. Those are the places that push you to become someone you didn't even know you could be. Without risk, there is no story. There's nothing to tell, nothing to remember, nothing to be proud of. Think about it. The moments in your life that have shaped you, the moments that stand out as the most meaningful, aren't the times when everything went according to plan. They aren't the safe decisions or the easy choices. They are the times when you took a chance, when you stepped into the unknown, when you faced the possibility of failure head-on. And even if you didn't succeed in the way you expected, those moments gave you something far more valuable. They gave you experience, wisdom, and a story worth telling. We all love a good story. We love to hear about people who went after something big, something daring. We love the underdog who took a chance, faced impossible odds, and came out victorious. But those stories aren't written in the comfort zone. They're written in the places where fear meets courage, where doubt is overcome by the will to try anyway. If you never take the risk, you're never going to have the story. If you never step into the unknown, you're never going to know what you're truly capable of. The magic happens in those moments when you decide that the risk is worth it, that the potential reward outweighs the fear of failure. Yes, there's always a chance that things won't go as planned. But what if they do? What if, by stepping into the unknown, you discover something about yourself that you never would have learned if you had stayed safe? What if you learn that the only thing holding you back was the fear of what might happen? What if the story you've been waiting to tell has been waiting for you to take the first step? There's a saying that goes, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. But it's not just about taking a shot. It's about taking a shot when you don't know if it will land. It's about walking into a situation where the outcome isn't guaranteed and knowing that the journey, the lessons, and the growth along the way are worth more than any guarantee of success. Because in the end, it's not about how many times you succeed. It's about how many times you try, how many risks you take, and how many stories you create along the way. Living without risk is like staying in the same place your whole life, never moving, never expanding, never evolving. It's easy to stay in that comfortable place, where everything is predictable, where the outcome is certain, but that certainty comes at a cost. It comes at the cost of growth, at the cost of adventure, and at the cost of living a life that's truly alive. When you choose comfort over risk, you choose stagnation, and no one ever built something extraordinary by playing it safe. The unknown can be terrifying. The idea of stepping into something new, something you can't control, can make your heart race with fear. But it's in those moments of fear that you have the opportunity to push past your limits, to redefine what you think you're capable of. It's in those moments that you discover the strength you never knew you had, the resilience that grows when you keep going even when you're scared. It's in those moments that you realize you've been waiting for permission to live a bigger life, and the only permission you need is the courage to take the first step. Every great adventure begins with the unknown. Every great story starts with a leap of faith. If you want to live a life that feels expansive, full of meaning, and full of possibility, then you have to take risks. You have to step out of your comfort zone, embrace the uncertainty, and trust that the journey will be worth it, no matter the outcome. Because at the end of the day, The greatest regret isn't failure. The greatest regret is not having tried at all. So, ask yourself, what are you waiting for? What risk are you avoiding? What adventure are you not stepping into because it feels too scary, too uncertain, or too overwhelming? Understand this. The moment you take the first step, you've already started writing your story. The risk is part of the process. The unknown is part of the journey. And it's only by embracing that unknown, by daring to take that first step, that you'll create the kind of story worth telling.